When I opened the door, I saw my mom standing there with a sad look on her face. It was moving day, 6 months after we finished rebuilding our family home. Why was my mom,
who should have been heading to the new house,
standing at our doorstep?
What happened?
Mom, why are you here? I asked. It's something I can't forgive. My mom started to explain. My name is Lily, and I'm 28 years old. I've been married to Ben for almost 2 years, and we live in an apartment.
My family is just me and my older brother.
My dad passed away 6 years ago, and since then, my mom has lived alone in our family home. My brother married his wife, Sarah,
3 years ago.
and they're living happily together.
Today was the anniversary of my dad's death.
So Ben, my brother, Sarah, and I all gathered at our family home. Mom, why don't you come live with us? My brother asked. Huh, my mom was surprised by his suggestion. But you live with Sarah in New York, right, Jake? She asked. Since Dad passed, I've been the only one here in the old house, Jake said. Well, I guess you're right, Mom replied. Seeing her hesitate, I turned to my brother and asked, is it true? Did you and Sarah move into your apartment because you wanted to start your married life alone? Jake answered, yeah, but it's been a few years, and things have changed.
I was shocked.
So,
You're saying we should rebuild the family home and all live together?
I asked. Yeah, this house is really old, so it's probably falling apart. We should rebuild it and live there with Mom, he said. I hadn't even thought about that idea. It surprised me, but I could tell he had thought it through. I turned to my mom, and Jake spoke again. Mom, we don't know what the future holds, but we want to repay you for raising us. We want to live with you,
he said.
Mom hesitated, but then Jake reassured her. Don't worry, Mom.
Sarah is okay with it too. Yes.
I think it's a great idea, Sarah agreed. So, Mom decided to move in with Jake and Sarah.
I was thankful to my brother for thinking of Mom's feelings during the house rebuild. The plan was made,
and we decided to live together. After 6 months, Jake told us the house was ready, and today was the day they would move in. While I was making breakfast,
Mom called me.
Hi, Lily, sorry to call so early, she said. It's okay, what's up? I asked. It's moving day, I'm so excited,
she said.
That's great, you've been looking forward to this day, right? I asked. Of course, I'm so happy to be with you all, and now we have a new home.
It feels like a dream,
she replied, excited. We talked for a bit, and then she headed to the new house. After breakfast, I went out to buy snacks and drinks for the move. On my way back home, I saw a lost puppy. I worried it might get hit by a car, so I decided to take it with me.
A few hours later.
Around noon, I was working from home when the doorbell rang. Mom, I opened the door, and my mom stood there looking sad. Why is Mom here on moving day? I thought. What's wrong, Mom? I asked.
She didn't say anything.
Just looked down. I could tell something was wrong. Mom, you're moving today. Why are you here? I asked again. Well,
I was told to leave.
Sarah told me to go,
she said.
What?
I couldn't believe it.
Sarah, who seemed so happy to live together, told Mom to leave. Is she joking? Are you serious? Didn't she say she was looking forward to us living together?
I asked in disbelief.
I thought so too.
But when we got to the new house, she said it wouldn't work and asked me to leave. Mom explained. This is crazy, I thought as I listened to her story. I realized things were much worse than I thought when my mom handed her luggage to the moving company and walked toward the new house. My sister-in-law, Sarah, was already there. Living together isn't possible. Leave, Sarah said as soon as she saw my mom. Why would you say that? My mom asked,
confused.
Sarah frowned and answered, if we had older people living with us, it would be a burden. If my mother-in-law lived with us, we wouldn't be able to have a private marriage. They had rebuilt our parents' home on the condition that my mom would live with them, but kicking her out on moving day was unimaginable. I was furious at Sarah's words and actions. My mom looked completely defeated and sat on the sofa.
I couldn't just watch her like that, so I called my brother.
Hey, big brother, I said. Oh, Lily, what's up? He replied. What's up?
What the heck is wrong with your wife?
I asked, my anger getting the best of me. What? What happened? He sounded confused. It seemed like he hadn't heard from Sarah yet. Listen carefully, big brother, Mom is at my place right now, I said. What, Mom? But it's moving day, why is she at your place? Jake asked in surprise. It's your wife, Sarah, I added. What about Sarah? He asked. Your wife kicked Mom out, I said firmly. Are you serious? Jake was shocked. Why would Sarah do that? He asked. I explained everything to him, and he said, I don't get it. We were all excited to live with Mom, and now this happens? I'll talk to Sarah when I get back. Can you look after Mom until then? Jake asked. Look after her? Mom's staying with me. She doesn't even want to see Sarah anymore, I answered. I understand. I'm really sorry, he said before the call ended. I explained everything to my husband, Ben, and planned to talk more when he got home. The next day, my brother called again. Lily? He asked. Yeah, what's up? Did you talk to Sarah and hear her side of the story? What did she say? He asked. I asked him right away. Well, she says Mom left the oven on. That's her excuse, Jake replied. What? Are you serious? Are you saying Mom's lying? I asked. No, I don't think Mom would lie about something like that, Jake clarified. I was getting frustrated by his explanation but kept asking, so, what's next? I told Sarah that Mom isn't the type to lie. Then she finally told me the truth,
he said.
The truth? I asked. Yeah, having Mom around would be a problem, even though we just moved into the house. Eventually we'll have kids, and it'll just be the two of us, Jake explained. I figured as much, I said. I'm sorry, Lily, you were right. It was Sarah who drove Mom away, Jake admitted. I felt a mix of emotions hearing his apology. I knew it wasn't his fault, but I still couldn't help feeling angry. So, what are you going to do now? You're not just going to go on living in our mom's house with Sarah like nothing happened, right? I asked. Well, I have a plan, Jake replied. A plan? I was curious. Then my brother shared an idea that even I hadn't thought of. He clearly cared more about Mom than anyone else, and his plan was beyond what I expected. If it worked, we could not only get revenge on Sarah but also make sure Mom would be happy. I just need a bit more time. I think Sarah will contact you soon, he concluded. Got it, I said. I'll let Mom know from my end. The rest is up to you, big brother, I added. Yeah, leave it to me, he assured me. I told Mom and Ben about my brother's plan and began preparing. A few days later, I got a call from Sarah, earlier than I expected. Hello, Lily? Sarah sounded flustered, out of breath. What's wrong? I asked. Can I talk to Mom? She asked. Sorry, that's not possible. Mom doesn't want to talk to you, I answered. Don't say that. It's important right now, Sarah pleaded. What do you mean? I asked, though I already had a good idea. I want my mom to come back and live with us. Please tell her that, Sarah begged. Why the sudden change of heart?
You and your husband were the ones who kicked her out,
right? I asked. I pushed. Well, the situation has changed. We need Mom to come back, Sarah said. That's not happening, I replied firmly. Sarah kept shouting and refused to answer my questions, so I decided to turn things around. It must be hard for you. Your husband's pressuring you to get a divorce, isn't he? I guessed. What? Why would you say that? Sarah's voice trembled. Well, we're family. My brother told me he's thinking about divorcing you and has set some conditions, I explained. What? Did you and Jake team up to trap me? Sarah asked, sounding defensive. Trap you? No, we just want you to realize what you've done, I retorted. No, I wanted to be a stay-at-home wife, and I married Jake for that reason, Sarah argued. Yes, my brother had always supported Sarah's dream of being a full-time homemaker. When they got married, he made enough money to allow her to stay home, but over time, she became lazy. She didn't help with housework or cooking, and my brother struggled with her half-hearted efforts. After the incident with Mom, my brother finally snapped. To make her work, my brother told Sarah she had to earn money or they would divorce. He also said they needed to repay a loan for rebuilding the house. Why do I have to work? Sarah yelled over the phone. Please, I finally became a stay-at-home wife after getting married.
I don't want to give up my dream,
she cried. I couldn't help but push back. Originally, Mom was supposed to help with the reconstruction money, but since you kicked her out,
You're stuck paying for it.
Don't be ridiculous, Why do I have to work? Bring Mom back. If she returns, everything will be fine, Sarah demanded. It's impossible. Mom doesn't want to go back, I said firmly, and it's all your fault she's gone. You agreed to live with her at first, but once she was there, you didn't want her. The world doesn't revolve around you. If you can't accept Mom, then you better start working hard to save your marriage. I heard my mom's angry voice. She was sitting next to me and grabbed the phone. Sarah, it's me, Mom said. Oh, Mom, what are you doing? Please come back soon, Sarah said in a softer voice. Sorry, but I'm not going back. I won't help with the reconstruction. I'm done with you. Never come near me again.
Mom finished.
What, Mom? Sarah said in shock. Mom hung up without listening to any more excuses. Ah, I feel so relieved. It's finally over with that daughter-in-law, she said. By kicking Mom out, Sarah revealed her true nature, and Mom had completely cut her off. On the other hand, my brother had been threatening to divorce Sarah if she didn't find a job by the end of the month. It seemed Sarah was in a lot of trouble. At first, she refused to work, but when my brother handed her divorce papers, she started looking for a job. Despite her experience, she struggled to find a position in her preferred field. Please, Lily, can you lend me some money? If I don't get some help,
I'll really end up divorced.
please help me. If my mother-in-law comes back, everything will work out, she begged.
I'd been getting messages like this from her recently.
Of course, I hadn't responded. At this point, I had no desire to help her. In the end, Sarah couldn't find a job. Their divorce was finalized recently, and she was forced out by my brother. Meanwhile,
My mom still lives with me and Ben.
we do argue sometimes, but it's so nice to be close to my real mom. Hey, Lily, I want Korean barbecue tonight, Mom said. Mom, are you feeling okay? I asked. My stomach is fine.
Ben's coming home early today.
Right? Let's have a feast together, she continued excitedly. Okay, but don't overdo it, I warned her. I know, Mom smiled. I could tell Mom was doing much better now, since Ben was also helping take care of her. Our home was always full of smiles. On a personal note, I was expecting a baby soon. I planned to tell Mom about it at the barbecue tonight. I knew she'd be so happy. From now on, I want to spend happy days with my husband, my mom, and our new baby.